You're doing the intro music.
We just did.
We
There
did.
it was.
Not, it wasn't live, but anyways, welcome to Kansas Sports HQ this morning, episode 81.
What's up, nerds?
U.S.
save you the
military
editing time.
War Dogs baseball.
Jump
It is
set.
their national team we'll be talking to. We've had a relationship with them for a long time. Excited to chat with them. How's your guys' morning going?
Oh, this will be great. My first appearance on the mound in the KCLB was against the War Dogs.
Oh yeah,
Almost got a
Is that-
grand slam hitting off me.
Is that when you guys lost?
Yeah, that's when we lost.
Oh, yeah, you're their one win.
Yep, it's us. Well, we do what we can for the truth.
Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it.
You know, we just
We're just here to help out, guys. That's fine.
we were. Well, actually, we were kind of rude. We were just
whoa, scoot up there, buddy.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Good. How are you guys?
pretty good.
Morning, Todd.
Morning. Morning.
Man, it's been a minute since we've talked to you.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Our sign has fallen off. The suction cup, you might have to
Pull it
wet
out.
that a little bit on the back, and then
We got a high quality production team here, so
yeah, just set it on the
that's
freezer. Yeah.
that'll work.
Sorry, Denton. It
Upside
has
down
fallen. Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff.
You
Todd,
actually read it better that way.
so Todd, how have you been, man? I'm sorry, we had a mishap in the studio.
Yeah. Good, man. Busy. It's hard to get on a call with you sometimes. Just I got so much going on. You talk about baseball and work and life, man, family. So
Yeah, where are you at these days?
we're in Colorado Springs.
I thought you've done like move,
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was the last 5 years it was Denver, Annapolis, Maryland, back to Colorado Springs. So yeah, that's the military life. You're moving wherever they need you, and so everywhere, man. And I'm hoping
How's
that
the
this
Springs?
is.
I love the Springs.
Yeah, we love it too. You have all the seasons. Right now it's 60 though.
Yeah.
This hasn't snowed here, so
In Colorado Springs, it hasn't snowed.
it has, but it's been probably a good month and a half, and it's
Oh,
like
wow.
60, and so
Wow.
it's just a
Cold
weird
Springs.
thing here. So yeah,
That's awesome.
but we love it here. So much to do.
Yeah. My wife runs in the Pikes Peak Marathon pretty much every year, and so we always go out there. She used to have grandparents that lived there, so we would go and visit. Then they both passed away, but we would go there at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, and I loved it there. It was fun to there's so much to do, a lot of outdoor stuff, and just bouncing
cool.
around, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's a cool place.
yeah. I'll never do
Cool
the
place.
Pikes Peak Marathon. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, hell no, hell no. I
No.
did the stairs, whatever the heck that called.
Yeah,
the
the
stairs
Matthew
thing.
incline.
Yeah, I ain't never doing that again either. That
No.
was terrible.
You do it once just to say you did it.
That's exactly
I've done
correct.
it twice.
Yes.
And so,
Prior to loading this in, Sheldon was saying he'd rather do legs once every 2 weeks. So it all lines up
Yeah,
now.
no,
Yeah.
I'm good on walking up those stairs ever.
yeah.
That was terrible.
The last time I did it, my two boys ran, and I was
Oh.
like, I carried my daughter halfway up. She's 6 or under, and so the two boys ran up, and I get up there after an hour, like, can we do it again? I'm like, stop, we're
Yeah.
done, we're done.
Yeah, the hike down is kind of cool though. Like just being able to take your time on Bar Trail coming down, like that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that actually takes longer.
Yeah, oh, it takes longer. Yeah, plus your heart is like trying to beat out of your chest the entire way.
Well,
down,
right,
'cause
and you're
like, in
going down the
survival mode.
switches, and now your
Uh-huh.
shins at the bottom are killing you.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to
Yeah.
go switchbacks.
Yep.
It's it's a one-time thing. If you're not from here.
Yeah.
Now,
You
if
are
you're
correct.
here, it just depends on your company who you're with.
Yeah.
So I know, like for instance, when we talk about my organization at one point, we'll have the guys when they do travel through here have an opportunity to go do it, and I promise you, most of them will be like, "I never want to do that again." Thank you for the player experience. Right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, Todd, so we're excited to have you on here. You and I and Sheldon have been working together for a while now, and making some fun things happen in our community and watching you guys grow. So kind of tell us about the War Dogs national team, the mission and where it all started and kind of how it's going.
Yeah, so it all started in 2000, the formation of it, 2016 to 17. And at that point, I was actually living in Japan. We were stationed out in Japan. We started our first team there, which was, hey, let's get a baseball team together in the installation we were at in Japan. We were playing independent Japanese teams. We played a pro team once, and then collegiate. So we were just, how can we build a relationship with the host country and give our guys who are active duty or their military dependents when we're overseas an opportunity to come together and still play the game we love, right? Because while you're over there, you're trying to find things that you like to do. So that's where it stemmed. And then when we came back to the States, we started building local teams. So we've got about a dozen or more local teams across the U.S. that play men's adult, which filters into our national team. So our national team consists of active duty, veterans, military dependents, right? Those who honor their family on the field, with the mission of supporting our military and giving back to our veterans, right? And we do that by using baseball as our platform. So we give them an opportunity to experience, right? If you talk about national team, things they normally want to experience, go travel for 2 weeks in different communities, almost kind of like, hey, you're in a minor league collegiate team and you get to go travel with a bunch of guys with the same background, right, ish, and experience something cool, right? And while we do that, we also recognize those veteran companies and those veteran members in each community, right? We want to make it always a big gathering of our military community and recognize who they are and what they've done, right? So, and when we do that in various different ways, every event's a little bit different, right? As Dave, you've seen in the past. And so, but yeah, that's our mission. Our mission is to provide an opportunity, a place to come together for our guys to build bonds and be a resource for one another.
All I'm going to say is our community stuff is the best.
It's awesome. Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah. It's fun to watch those guys come in and being able to just get to know them a little bit. They're here for a brief time, but being able to just chat with them, hear their stories, watch their approach to their lives, but the game, but then just good human beings trying to do good things and give back to the communities, and they're awesome to be around. And I mean, it's just a lot of fun. What all cities have you played in around here? I mean, I know, but just so you can kind of say, what are some of the places that you guys have been playing, and some of the spots that you're gone to so far, and then what are some of them that are going to be scheduled to come up here in the future?
Yeah. So every year is a little bit different. We love coming to your look in El Dorado. It's El Dorado, right? Not El Dorado. Like, I always get
Yeah,
beat.
it's
You say it how you want. Christina can kill you later.
Yeah, I know. She always does. So we love coming to your neck of the woods, right? We've been doing this, as Dave said, for many years. But this year in particular, we're going from Colorado, starting around here, Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas, I think. Definitely you guys. But that always confused me too. Kansas City is in Missouri, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
Topeka. I think we're
It's a
stopping
little bit
there.
of both.
Yeah.
Kansas City has Missouri and Kansas. Topeka's in Kansas.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
weird.
But we're traveling around the Midwest again, right? And so Fort Collins, we might get a game in Pueblo here in Colorado. And then there's a new baseball league. I can't remember the league off the top of my head, but it's Grand Island, Nebraska, Fremont, Nebraska, and Sedalia, Missouri, I think.
Okay.
And so
Is that the Bombers?
I think so. It could be.
Okay.
There is a new league from what I understand, what I've talked
Is that the Mid America Collegiate League Baseball or something like that?
I think it's something like that. It's and I can look it up, but
Sedalia's been around for a long time. They used to play
Mink.
in the Mink League. I don't know if but the Mink League's had some shakeup here as of late. There's been some teams moving around and doing different things, so maybe they've changed leagues. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sedalia is a cool place, though.
Yeah. And then I think there's other places. The one year where we went from here all the way to Boston, right? We did
Yeah.
a 4-week tour. It was amazing for our guys. Very long. You don't really realize the logistics and the toll it can take on the staff alone, right? You're trying to go for 4 weeks, starting in, Midwest all the way to Boston, and that's a lot of travel, a lot of,
How many miles does Jazz's truck have on it now?
It probably got a ton, but thankfully he got that, because without that truck, I mean, as a nonprofit, right, sometimes it makes it difficult to have the things you need in order to meet your mission. And if Jazz didn't have that truck, I mean, you look at cramming in little vans with all of our guys, and you throw all the merch and all the equipment. We're
So
guys
you're talking about year one.
Yeah, year one. I mean, you're in a van, just like, and driving 6 hours. But I'll tell you, when we transport our players on tour, that's almost like that special time for our guys, because it's like you're in the military. You're grouped together, you're in the suck together, and that's the time you open up, right? Especially for our guys who are dealing with things like that's a crucial point in our mission for our guys. When you're cooped up in a car for 6 hours, what are you going to do? You're going to talk, right?
Exactly.
And so it's actually a big thing for our guys, that transportation. Now we'd rather have a little bit more space, so
you want to buy a bus?
I'll get a donated bus. Yes, absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah. That our bus is always available for you guys. You guys,
Even if it tries to kill you.
Yeah, it's just have fun on that bad boy.
You weren't here for that, so it
No,
tried
I
to kill
wasn't.
somebody once.
But I heard about it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the little fan, the driver fan just was just like, oh, maybe it's a Decepticon today, and
just took off.
See ya.
It's funny.
That one fin is still missing, and the fan still works.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
So War Dog stuff, you guys started off at the Summer Ball Showdown, and then we built it into touring the KCLB, and so on and so forth. But you guys have been growing like crazy, and I kind of want to talk more about that, where when you first came out, it was just the national team, and now you have War Dogs teams at different bases all over the country, maybe world. You're at what? How many right now? Like.
Yeah. So we're at roughly around, and we got more teams actually just looking to start. We have a couple of teams now. One's in Eastern North Carolina, right outside Camp Lejeune. So I have a team in Camp Lejeune, all the Marines. We're starting another team very close to that. So I would say about 10 teams currently that play in their local men's adult leagues. And then we started this 2 years ago. We have an international team, right? So for 2 years, we've gone to France. So you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You just went away. It looks like you're getting a phone call.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are froze, but I'll keep talking. We have an international team. We've been going to France for 2 years straight now. And that is hopefully there we go.
He's back.
I'm back. We have an international team. We've gone to France for 2 years, and we planned a tournament called the Riley Challenge, and that was brought to us a couple of years ago by Elizabeth Riley. Her father served in the Army a long time ago, Captain Riley. He did a lot of baseball community service in France, and then he passed away in France. His family stayed there after he passed. So they began a tournament to recognize Captain Riley. And they asked us, knowing that we're a military baseball organization, to come out there and play in the tournament. And so for 2 years now, we've won the tournament each year. They're getting used to knowing how to, playing baseball in France. And so we're building that relationship, honoring Captain Riley, and we're doing community events overseas with that host nation, right? So we've just delved into the international side of building relationships. And so we're going back again this year. We're going back again this year for the third year in a row. Our players, another experience, right? The players bring their spouse or family member with them. because the spouses are just as important as our players, right? Or their girlfriends. That's a very crucial point for our military. So that's another aspect that we've included into our organization. And then clearly, our national team. And then we're trying to do special events throughout the year, depending on what those look like. Like SBS is a possibility this year. We've talked about that. I really want to go, and so I'm going to try and make that happen, as we talked about.
Do you
But
want me to
then,
bring up your SBS record because
No.
you won the France.
yeah, I know it's a little bit different competition. They use metal bats there, and we are okay with that.
Bunch
fair.
of bunch of
But
old
they're-
guys swinging a bat.
Yeah,
Hitting
but they're
some-
great. They're a great host nation. But as much as the mission is very important to us, right? Our mission about who we are, what we do is important. There's also that competitive side, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to know the record, Dave. I already know what that is. It's like a lot of zeros with a dash something on it, right? I really want to come back because my guys enjoy it, right? If we do our mission on tour, there's a lot of emotional meaning to that. And then I'd like to have an opportunity for them to go through that and then come there and take it out on all
Cut
those
loose.
things that
Cut
cut loose
loose.
at the SBS. A little bit stress free, right? You're not
Yeah.
worried about the veterans and the families out there when you're online, right? Doing our mission, they can just go play ball, right, and have a good time. And that's that competitive side that we need to include, right? So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but this year, when we discussed you coming out to tour the KCLB, you said, I want 3 games so we can go beat El Dorado. Like, that's exactly how it went down.
That's the competitive side. he's
yeah.
talking about.
I mean, the War Dogs come and play in El Dorado, and it's a big 4th of July game. It's probably the biggest game most kids will ever see in the collegiate spectrum for, I guess, summer ball and maybe school ball.
Probably more than most of their school ball experiences, for sure.
And we've been working with the Celebration of Freedom Committee in El Dorado, donating service dogs to deserving veterans. That's such a beautiful process. But you requested Wellington, and then we threw in Mulvane, and now El Dorado. So talk to us about your experiences in Wellington and why you continue to want to go there. And then, I mean, Mulvane's going to be a new experience. So
Yeah.
we all know El Dorado.
Yeah, well, I think Wellington, when we did that first tour with you guys, Wellington was on that schedule. And so we built that good relationship with them. And I don't know if the same coach is there as when we went.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they were a great host to us while we were there. I think they play at Hobbs, right? It's an older stadium.
Hibbs Newton.
Hibbs, yeah.
Yep.
And so I get that kind of rustic kind of feel to it, right? That type of field. But then they were just great to us while we were there, regardless of how many, fans. And we always want the fan base to like gather and be there, right? We know El Dorado does an amazing job whenever we come. We're through the roof of how many fans and community are involved. So Wellington was that, hey, it's been a few years since we played them. I want to get them back on the schedule for this year. And then, as we were looking at who else we could play, Mulvane, I don't think we've ever played them. So let's introduce a new community, right? That maybe they've heard about us because we're in your area, but never got to experience what that is, right?
Yep.
We're always trying to build new relationships with new communities, right? And we do our best to accommodate. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes like, hey, can you come play us? Unfortunately, we're not in that area, or we can't go, right? Because our schedule is so set in stone. So, but I thought there are 2, let's call it warm-up games before we get to you guys.
There you go.
So a little background on Mulvane. I'm sure you're familiar with the Patriot Guard, correct?
Correct.
Where do you think it originated?
I'm going to guess Mulvane.
You're right. You're
Okay.
right.
Hey,
That's where the Mulvane Patriots get their name from and all that good stuff. So
Sure.
we actually have a meeting with the city today, and I'm going to bring that up when I speak with them. And hopefully the excitement just gets to booming, and we'll have that ballpark popping.
Yeah, Mulvane had attendance wise, they're pretty solid. Like they get a good community presence. They have a lot of kids and families that come out, and they've done, solid in those numbers over the first couple of years that, we've been operating the team there. So I think you guys will enjoy that. They've got a lot of community support just in general. So I think they'll be a lot of fun. Wellington, obviously, the relationship there, as you were talking about, that's something that I wanted to just kind of mention, is just like how deeply rooted you guys get, in trying to build relationships is something that I think is awesome. I think that we try to, as an organization and a staff, to try and, do that as well. And I think that you guys share in those values with all the different places that you try and go and what you're trying to do while you're there. And that's why, I just think that we've worked so well together over the years, is just because we're trying to do something for the communities. We're trying to give back. We're trying to find ways. And you guys really help us encompass, what spectator baseball should feel like. And it allows us to, get our communities to kind of get that same type of feel and be able to kind of wrap their heads around the idea of like, hey, like we have someone, and you guys coming from somewhere else to play us, like let's host them properly. Like let's, do some exciting things. Let's get the community involvement. Like let's have a lot of fun with this. So that way, one, it's a good experience, but two, it's something that we can build upon and like keep trying to do in the future and keep trying to help more people. And, I know that El Dorado obviously is kind of the, the poster child in the sense of what we're trying to emulate in all of our other organizations and other areas, just as far as like spectator stuff and community support and like the people there. But the other communities I think that you guys are in, not just in our league, but in other places, I think it's super impactful. And I think that you guys are doing a really good job in that aspect of trying to bring that spectator-esque type style of a thing to a field that a lot of times, college baseball, if you're not a Division I thing, like you don't, even Division I, it's not like they have tons of fans in the stands all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's just the reality of the game. Especially at the levels of the ball players that we're representing and, trying to do things for. So if we can find something to help these guys get that experience, I think that, that's us doing our jobs and us trying to enrich that experience. And you guys are doing a really good job at that. So I just wanted to kind of plug that in there a little bit and kind of tip the cap to you guys for that for sure. Because I know how much the logistical thing, just thinking about it, is a headache, right? Like, I mean, that's a lot of places and a lot of guys with a lot of military orders and a lot of things that you guys got to work through to make it all work. And that's the behind the scenes part that the common person just doesn't really think of. They're like, oh, they just show up and play a game like a high school kid would. And it's definitely not that. So, I appreciate the work that you guys put into it, because I know that there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
And I'll say quickly to that is it's a lot on our side, but it's also you guys, right? With you, Christina, Celebration of Freedom, like it's not just us on the backside doing it all. It takes the host community as well, like Dave and Christina, all of us working together that makes it work, right? If it was just me doing it, with all the stuff we have going on in life, it's very difficult to handle all those things. So appreciate you guys as well, because it takes each community to help us out.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of your players? Do you know like what the rosters are going to look like for that national team?
So I know quite a few already. We're currently working on our roster, right? Because a lot of them are active duty. They're across the U.S. And so we start building our rosters. From the end of the tour, we actually start. It's not immediate, but who are our captains for the year, right? So a lot of the guys that are going to be on there, not a lot, but guys who have been in El Dorado before, right? So we have RJ Vaughn, one of our captains. He's out in San Diego. He's a veteran right now. He's an infielder, can pitch. A lot of our guys, they play infield and they pitch, right? You gotta be able to do a lot of different things when you talk about our kind of team. The other one is Eddie Incan. Not only is he a good ball player, he's also the director of our local teams. So he actually helps run our local teams, and then he also plays just like myself. Like, listen, I'm 43, right? I can still play a little bit. At least I try.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
And so Eddie will be on tour. who else is AJ? AJ is one of our captains. He'll be there. Ryan Steele, our catcher, will be there. So there's 4 guys who have been on our tour. Some of our returners have been on tour for 3 to 5 years, right? You got to have that veteran presence with our guys, because one, they've done it. They can tell all of our new players, like, this is how it looks and this is how it's run, right? And so I'd say those 4 are particularly our main cogs in our roster so far, and then we're building, from that to what our other needs are, and that's just, looking at our local teams, right? Who can we get, right? That's the importance of our local teams, right? Is our local teams is like a farm system to our national team, and to provide those experiences, and so. Yeah, so those are about 4 I can give you out. I don't want to give all of our roster
No,
away.
you're
You're
good.
gonna do like a background check on them. Like, all right, let's go.
No, I was
Paul
more.
Skeens is not allowed to play
I
on
was,
your
yeah,
team.
I was
Listen.
leaning more into the idea of, like, are you guys ever gonna call up any of the military, like, branch college teams and say, hey, we don't need a lot of guys, but just give us one. Give us one here, one there.
Yeah. So Skeens would be amazing. I think just a pop-up appearance on the 4th of July this year is all I'm asking for.
No, SBS. SBS.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez Louise.
But you got
That
Griffin
would be
Jacks,
insane.
right? Griffin Jacks is also Air Force, right?
Okay.
That plays professionally, and so yeah, we have connections. We've communicated with the academies, right? I work at the Air Force Academy, right? And so yeah, we're trying to build those relationships, right?
awesome.
Nothing as of yet, but that is another aspect of this, right? They come to the academies, and then if their baseball's career over, right, as most of our players are, hey, why not keep playing baseball? It doesn't have to be at the collegiate. Go play in the men's adult league. Come play with us on tour to keep that alive for you, right? And then also, they're probably pretty good, and I'd like to have them on my team, right?
Yeah,
especially
they're
pitchers and
probably pretty
catchers.
solid.
If you're hearing this and you were in an academy or in a military, and you're a pitcher and catcher, Todd at wardogsbaseball.org, right?
There you go. There's the plug.
Yeah,
There's the plug.
Gotta
I'm
throw
ready
it in
for that
there.
one. Well, El Dorado had a guy, I think it was 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure, that came from one of the academies. and
Army.
yeah, was it
Army.
Army?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came and pitched for El Dorado, but it was before they played you. It was like at the beginning of the summer.
He
I'm
had
pretty sure.
he had orders that made him leave before the All-Star break,
Yeah.
and he really wanted to play against you guys, but yeah, he got orders.
He was pretty
Well,
good
I
too.
would-
Like, he was a mid to low 90s guy. Like, he threw the ball hard. He
Low to
just
mid.
yeah, whatever.
So I would have
Same
asked
thing.
you guys before that game, like, can we
I was
borrow
saying-
him for the game? Let him play on our team while we're there,
Well,
right?
you could
I
have
mean, you
coerced
could
us.
you could go hit him up right now.
Yeah.
Send me his contact info. I'd love to get it.
Oh
and
man,
see if
send
he's
me Paul
interested.
Skeen's contact. We'll talk about Summer Ball Showdown.
Yeah, for
15
sure.
years Skeens is going to be playing for the War Dogs.
How
Just
wild
mowing,
would that
mowing
be?
pitches.
He-
Still
He would
pumping
be eligible,
98.
right? It's a very
Him.
small group that can
Not
play
for
our
SBS.
team, but he would be able to. And
There you go.
Yeah,
And Griffin Jacks just
Just-
Skeens goes 8, Jacks goes the 9th.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Great, another no hitter from
Yeah.
the War Dogs. That's hilarious.
yeah.
So Sean has an experience with the War Dogs that's always fun. His first outing as a dauber, was that right?
Yeah. I helped coach the Valley Center Mud Daubers. I'm one of the assistant coaches over there. My first year, we played you guys in Valley Center. Sure, that's probably not your guys' favorite place to go because we get, especially at that year, we got about 2 people per game show up. But yeah, we you guys are we are your guys' lone victory in KCLB. All of our pitchers, man, they just decided. I don't know what was up with them. They wanted to hit you guys a lot. We didn't tell them to, but it happened.
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of hit by pitches, a lot of walks, and then our bats just well, they weren't very good that year in general, but that day especially. So I pitched BP to both teams that day. And then I got in
the 7th.
No, I got in the 8th inning to pitch myself because we were just out of pitchers, and so I went and threw and almost gave up a grand slam. But
Right?
in my defense, my shortstop, who never makes errors, made an error that inning, as well as my third baseman, to load the bases initially. So my ERA was still 0 that day.
That's great.
But I thought I'd sneak a splitter by one of your hitters, and he hit it almost out at Valley Center, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, we lost
Well, I
that
will
game.
tell you that, listen, our guys are military, right? They're used to wearing, getting hit by things. So I will tell you, we say, get inside that box, close to the plate.
I'm sure it didn't bother him.
No, absolutely. Like, what we've had worse, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, nothing.
Just-
I doubt 70 poo is gonna hurt him very much after what they've seen. So, they're like, oh, wow, did a fly just breathe on me?
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah,
and that's one thing with our team, because we don't play every single day like who we play, right? We fly in from different areas. They play on weekends mainly only, right? Where when we come and play you guys are playing almost every day, right? So when we get there, it's like, hey, you got to be locked in right away, right? And there's only a small window for us to even practice with each other with. It's your boots on ground as soon as you get in, and we're going, right? And so you have to have a strategy that works. So for us, if you look at all of our stats leading up to last year, like, we're very patient because some aren't used to seeing upper 80s, low 90s, right? And so they're taking their pitches, and so we get a lot of walks. And then we're like being aggressive, not give our game plan away, but we like to steal, right?
Yeah.
And so you got to be that way. And if we're getting hit by pitches, we'll take it, right? So we always love those teams also that like to play their pitchers in the field when we come play, and their skilled players are their pitchers.
Pitching.
Like, yeah, let's go. They give us an opportunity, right?
There you go.
But those are like fun games. But we also like that competitive side, as
Definitely.
we go along.
Yeah, next time if we ever see you guys again, we won't give you our back of the bullpen pick the nose guys next time.
No,
The
we're
ace-
okay with
ace
that.
is
You know
showing up.
what? I'm just gonna pitch right away. That's the plan. But no, that was a lot of fun. I mean, throwing BP to those guys was definitely an honor. I mean, my arm was feeling it at the time, but
Did you beat anybody during BP?
No, during BP. No, I might have hit somebody in the game because all of our pitches were, so I guess I'm a sheep. But the BP, I'm a great. That's the one thing in baseball I'm confident in, is that I'm a good BP thrower. So I was grooving it in there for y'all in BP. So it was really cool though.
Then you came in and they're like, "Hey, it's the BP guy."
Yeah, they're like, "We're gonna
Hell
get some,
yeah!
Time to
get some
tee off,
dingers."
Let's
baby.
hit this dude."
Yeah.
And then I have to speed up my delivery. I'm throwing the ball all over the place, but no, it was a lot of fun. Just even throwing BP, and then when I was on the base coach, getting to talk to the guys and stuff, first baseman and everybody in that side of the dugout, because just cool to hear where everybody's from, how they ended up there, what they're doing, and pretty cool. Off that point, like, obviously you're a baseball guy yourself, so this was the way you foresaw this kind of bringing together community event going on. But why do you think baseball is such a great avenue for something like this as opposed to anything else?
I just think you look at the tradition of military and baseball, right? There's those people who say, "Oh, it's Abner Doubleday," right? Military, that's where it's kind of formed, right? If you look at the past, whether that's true or not. But then you look at World War II, right? Just that's a prime example right there, where you had Ted Williams, Jackie Robinson, Joe DiMaggio, Yogi Berra, right? They all served during World War II, took time away from MLB to go serve our nation. And then they came back, right? They served our nation overseas during World War II, then came back and continued to play baseball, right? So there's a lot of similarity between the two through our nation's past, that bringing that together now gives our guys that same type of feeling, right? And just the overall, I love the, cleats to boots, boots to cleats, right? A lot of these young kids, whether it's grades or injuries when they're in high school. Baseball wasn't there, college wasn't there. So what did they do? They joined the military, right? We give them another opportunity as well, right? And the military does that for those kids as well. Maybe they are on a trajectory going somewhere, and they didn't know where to go, and the military was that backbone for them, right? And so I just think there's so many similarities with our nation's past, where we are now, that it's America's pastime, right? And so it's just, and I love seeing this for guys who get this experience. One of the players one year is like, I can't believe I'm doing this, right? I can't believe this is so amazing. And I get goosebumps when that happens. When somebody comes to me and goes, I can't believe this is so amazing. Thank you, right? But that's just one person, not the whole communities we go into. So I'm not trying to veer off and everything, but that's why I do what I do.
No, that was a great exactly what I was what we were looking for. That was a great answer. Thank you.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Like, it's just I don't know. There's deeply rooted things that I think everybody has their own baseball story and everybody has their own ties and that type of stuff. But like, it's just such a bigger picture thing for us, and and I think you guys sharing that as well too. It's just there's a lot of meaningful things that are happening when you guys come to town, and I think it's a bright spot in the schedules for everyone involved. It's more than just that's when you can start to truly feel that it's more than just a game, and that's the fun part, because we see people at the ballparks that aren't there every night, but they come out because they want to support you guys, and then you guys are there to support them. And it's a vice versa thing. It's a two-way street, and it's awesome. So it's a lot of fun. We're honored to be a part of it, and we want to keep helping you guys grow. I think it's cool to watch your guys' kind of national, now international, kind of branding starting to get out there a little bit more, and starting to create a little bit of traction, get some legs, and start to do some things, which I know how hard that is. And, so I commend you guys on that work as well too, because that's a lot. Like, it's just a lot of day-to-day work, and, staying consistent and keeping the things going. But, I'm happy for you guys, and I think it's awesome that you guys are still plugging away at it and keeping it going. So, stay on it, keep it up. Hopefully, if you need anything from us, obviously we're always here for you, but I don't have any other questions. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, no, I mean, we just wanted to share the story and be able to share this to our communities, because it means a lot to us. And I think Mulvane will embrace you guys too. So that'll be pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, I know we're excited for this year. Excited to come see you guys. Really excited for that fourth. Like I said, not just to play baseball, but maybe
get after it a little bit.
Yeah. And maybe I'll make a presence down there, and maybe I'll get on the mound, being a couple guys, right?
Set the tone.
There you go.
Like, hey, this is payback.
Well, hopefully you guys can make it to SBS. We love having you there as well too. That's I think for that community especially, that's a big thing that we want to try to continue to promote and have you guys there. I know in the years that you've been there, you've done like kids camps there, you've done stuff to get back to the community, and that's just getting off the ground and just growing as well too. So, we want to be able to try and continue to give back to you guys for believing in the mission of that, in the beginning as well. So hopefully you guys can get there and, be a part of that. Cause I totally agree with what you were saying earlier. I think for those guys, those guys thoroughly enjoy being at the tournament, because it's just like they get to play their games, but then they're also like in the crowd, like they're hanging out, like they're in the bullpens talking to guys. Like I feel like that's like the, kind of the old uncles walking around and like just giving everybody high fives and like just being supportive of the game. And, you see those guys just building relationships. And I think that's really where the relationship started building for a lot of your guys in Wellington was, when Wellington was playing, a lot of the War Dogs guys were in the stands, and then they were talking to the coaches in the bullpen. Like they were just being baseball guys, and just hanging out and building a relationship. And, that's the stuff that you can't like put a price tag on. You can't like say, this is this. Like it's just, those are the memories and the intangible things that really are what we're shooting for when we are trying to run that tournament. because we want memories to happen and we want experiences to happen. And, so hearing those stories from, our guys about the War Dogs and stuff like that, I think that's really the big picture. And so hopefully you guys can make that work, because I think that those guys will have a blast, and, we want to make sure that your guys' experience is awesome. So
Appreciate that.
yeah, man.
Well, Todd, now's your chance. Give some shout outs to, whoever you want to, and getting ready to, I guess, gear up for. Do you guys still do your spring training?
So it's a condensed, as I said before. There's not a lot of time, right, for all these guys to fly in. So we get a day or two. That's our spring training. It's like 2 days of who are you? This is who we are. This is our expectations, and go, right? And so,
Sure.
it's we call it a spring training, right? It's like a day. It's like a day and a half spring training. But shout outs to Bruce Jaswinski. Him and I put this together back when. Josh Combs, our COO. Casey Lee, our head coach, right? He does a lot of stuff for our national team. Who else can I get in here? Eddie Inkin, also the local. My wife for allowing me to do this all the time, right? You got to shout out that. And then just everybody, including yourself, Dave, and everybody in each community, right? Helping us to do our mission and give our players that experience. So thank you for all that always help support, including our return players, RJ Vaughn, who I mentioned already, our veteran guys that help us to get to where we need to go.
Hey, man, I'm excited. It'll be 2026 will be great.
Yeah.
I think we'll get going on Wellington stuff, Mulvane stuff, and then El Dorado, you already know, is moving. I mean, that's just one of those things. So,
Yeah.
but thanks for taking some time away from work and talking War Dogs with us, man. We greatly appreciate you, and
Guys.
we'll talk more here soon.
Good to see you, Todd.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
All
See you, Todd.
Yeah, bye.
He was like, I don't know what to. Do I hit this? Do I not hit this?
Yeah, we didn't have the finger poking the screen this time. I just removed him. So.
That'll work.
Wow. Just wanted to kick him out. Wow. That man served our country, Dave.
War crime.
Wow.
You
Anyways,
kicked him out.
I think if we can get him in the Summer Ball Showdown, that'd be pretty sweet. And then maybe the blind draw helps you out, Sean.
It did last year.
So
Got both adult league teams. That's great.
yeah.
And
No.
then
Well, and then the team that Sheldon stacked right before the tournament.
Oh,
we
okay.
ran into, so no big deal there.
Yeah.
Just corruption behind the lines.
Okay, here we go.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
they had 6 guys. We had to beg every breathing soul to come play baseball.
That just so happened, that just a coincidence. They're all in town at the same time.
Weird.
Wow, how did that happen? Got our old shortstop. He went to that team. Oh wow,
That was kind of cold-blooded.
Yeah, it
it's
was.
just ridiculous.
But you guys had a guy. Didn't want another shortstop. So,
Yeah, don't do that.
you didn't.
Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Nope.
All right. Well,
Nope.
so I'm excited for the.
Nope.
When's your next running day? Write the plan just for him. Anyways, we're excited for the War Dogs to get here into the communities and do some cool stuff like the veteran wall that they did in El Dorado. Excited for them to get back into Wellington and then see the new community in Mulvane. Outside of that, they're great partners in what they do, and their mission is always solid. So, but anyways, Sean, do you mind leading us in prayer?
What'd you just say?
Yes.
Got him.
Did you say, would you do not
I
mind?
said, do you mind leading us in prayer?
Okay. It sounded like, do you not mind leading us? I
Will
was
you
like,
not-
now what are you doing? That's
Will you not? But kind of. Partially.
I'm having a stroke.
Possibly.
Can't be.
But definitely not.
Yeah, I will not mind leading us in the prayer. Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for a great conversation with a great organization, Lord, that I know I pray that you continue to move through. It's such a lot of people who they're the epitome of the pinnacle of service as humans, serving their country, and then they want to, give those people an opportunity to have some competitives, have some fun, get out in the community, meet people. It's really special. Definitely something we're all about, and we're really blessed to have them around our league. Just keep them safe, Lord. Whether they're on their active duty or not, when they're at home and having to adjust to that and dealing with stuff. And I know that's something we all kind of take for granted is a veteran's mental state, especially when they're home, Lord. So just pray to be with all of them. And I pray that they know that true joy and peace comes from that relationship with you, Lord. And I know it's not that simple. None of us have been through what they've been through, but just pray that they're in the Word, praying to you, Lord. And something like this, something like the War Dogs and what they do is such a great outlet, and something that they can truly, enjoy. And so just thank you for that. And just pray for our communities who are gearing up to have them, that they just, are super supportive, accept them with open arms, and really celebrate and be joyful with them when they come to town. It's beautiful community event that I know ultimately you orchestrate, Lord. And then finally, just pray for anybody that we're really close to, especially. I know everybody has somebody who's dealing with some really tough stuff right now. So I want to pray for mental health, physical health of our loved ones and our good friends, Lord. Just be with them. Pray that they're in the Word, praying hard too. In your glorious name I pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Well, that's it for episode 81, the U.S. Military War Dogs, coming to you this summer, right around the 4th of July. We'll see you guys next time.